Apologies for that slight hitch, but we are back. And as I was saying, kama hujatoka nyumbani sahi, my friend, utachelewa tena sana. But you know what? We have an interesting conversation on money and finance. And today I'm joined by one gentleman who goes by the name of Kipto Kiplangat, who is a financial manager at Queensway Sacco, here to tell us about loan acquisition and debt management. And I have an entrepreneur, a very beautiful lady who goes by the name of Terry Mugo. She's been in business for a minute now, and she'll tell us how she acquired the funds to get through to her business. Was it via loans? Was it via harambe? Was it crowdfunding? Ama kama watu wengine tunasikianga alivuka na pesa za treasury. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Kipto, I hope umepatiwa kawa ya kutosha sababu this conversation is going to be very heated.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as for you, Terry, you looking lovely. I need to know who dresses you kwa sababu kuna kadem fulani mahali lazima kavae hii dress. But welcome to the show nonetheless. So I will start with you, Mr. Kipto. People get finances through different sources. Yeah. You can get through a bank. Yeah. You can get through a SACCO such as Queensway.
Yes. You
can also get it, through crowdfunding or what we also know as harambes.
Yes.
So as far as starting a business is concerned,
yeah, what
is the best way to acquire capital to start a business?
As you have mentioned, there are several ways of getting financing currently. We are actually even looking at getting financing through these small applications that are there in the internet. Yeah, the tellers.
The mobile apps where people go and borrow some money.
Yes. Yeah, even though the financing there is a bit limited. Yeah, but the big financial institutions will be banks, majorly. And then, of course, we know the cooperative movement.
Right.
That is SACCOs. And you know they play a very critical role right now in the economy. We have up to around 40% of the GDP of the country is actually in the cooperative movement.
40%?
Yes.
SACCOs?
Yes,
because SACCOs, people can borrow as little as, 5,000.
Yeah.
All the way to millions of shillings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to run their businesses.
Yes.
But people have this perception that if you go to the bank, there are a bit more stringent rules as compared to SACCOs. And also in SACCOs, the interest is a bit lower. Is that, first of all, is it true?
Yes, it is true. And actually from the word even cooperative, ushirika, it means there is that element of people being together, being brought together, they were friendly, whatever. It's not purely business like the other financial institutions are. Yeah, so depending on one's need, the SACCOs are able to finance one from as low as even 1,000 shillings.
Even 1,000? People borrow 1,000?
Yes, they do.
From a SACCO, unaenda unapanga foleni,
they do, yes.
Unajaza form just to get 1,000.
Basically, they may not fill a form for that 1,000. Yeah, we are also coming up with these mobile apps.
Yes.
Almost all SACCOs now have these mobile apps where you get some 2,000 via your mobile, M-Pesa. Yeah, and then of course when you have a big major project, you want to start a business, you want to acquire a huge asset, then we have the bigger loans.
Okay.
So we have products tailored to almost everybody.
All right.
Actually, it's everybody. Everyone is covered.
All right.
Yeah, from people who are employed, people in business, self-employment.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Terry, as for you, you're an entrepreneur. First of all, what business do you run?
I'm the proprietor of Tandy Wedding and Events. We do events management.
Now I understand the dress. Okay. Okay.
Been in the business, in the industry for 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
5. So how did you get money? Because a lot of, especially for people who get into events, they get in there blind, they do not have money, they wait for the clients to pay. Wewe ulianza aje? Ama uliongea na chali yako akakusort. Ndio ukamwambia, "Aki babe, imagine I need like 50,000, aki ndakulipa in like 2 months." How did you finance?
First, I started out with personal savings.
Okay.
Of course, it wasn't enough, so I tried using the personal savings at first. Got a few items. The items, of course, after a few years, they bring you.
Because especially for your business, if you're doing events, weddings, and so on, you need, of course, VT. Yeah, you need the tents, the tables, the cloths that you're going to put on the table. And VT, it's not like that you'll buy 20 chairs at first, because weddings are attended by over 100 people. So, I mean, that must have been a lot of money. How long did you save? For how long, rather, did you have to save for you to get to this?
Let me say I started small. I didn't start off with like 1,000 seats, the big tents. I started out with, I think, a capacity of 200.
Okay.
But just with very the cheap items in the market, and that's how I got clientele. Of course, now when you get the clientele, you're able to maintain the clientele. You get more funds coming in, the saving, and then now you plow back into the business. You buy something else, and then now with time, I was able to access a loan facility from the bank.
Okay.
So that helped a lot in buying now the bigger items and the more expensive ones.
All right. So as we get into the discussion, you can find us on Twitter at K24 TV. We'll be reading some of those tweets in a minute. And also you can call us on the numbers on your screen right now. Any questions you have for these two individuals here in regard to how they started their business, how they financed it, because we are getting to the part where now you get the financing, because like Terry's saying that she got into loan. At one point, even after she had saved a lot of money, she realized that it wasn't enough. And Mr. Kipto, maybe you can tell us, even the people who come to your institution, to Queensway Circle, to acquire a loan, what are some of the major reasons they acquire these loans for? I am sure mtu amekujia 1,000, like you said earlier on, or 2,000. They just want to take care of a few expenses, maybe dinner, or maybe bus fare, or maybe pesa ya kuwashikisha over the weekend. But majority of your borrowers, why are they borrowing money?
The majority actually borrow for things like school fees.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll find like right now, we are towards the end of the holidays.
The holiday,
So you would expect that by next week, the circle will be very busy. Clients coming, filling forms to apply for school fees loan. That is the major one. Secondly, asset financing.
Okay.
People want to acquire land. By the way, we've also partnered. We have a sister society that acquires land on behalf of...
Specifically for land?
Yes, specifically for land.
Okay.
Yeah, so we acquire a huge chunk of land, subdivide it, and then sell it to members. Again, that is financed by the circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when they borrow school fees, because see, school fees is money you have spent, which is an investment of sorts, because you are hoping that your child in future will make something of themselves and probably come back home and develop. But those are some of the expenses you spend on a jio pesa si itarudi kesho. Yes. So how do people finance these monies?
The majority, as I've said, are employed people, people in business. So they are able to repay the loan. We give them some duration.
Of course.
Like the school fees loan ran for up to 12 months.
Okay.
So when you give somebody 1 year to repay a loan of 100,000, for example, that becomes a bit friendly because they will be paying something like 9,000 per month. Rather than raising the whole 100,000 at once.
Okay. Terry, you said that you went to a bank. Why did you choose a bank? Why did you not do a harambe? Why did you not borrow from your circle of friends? Why did you choose a bank? Why didn't you even go to a circle? Was it because of convenience? Did you know someone at the bank? Moja kuna sana semanga najua Terry anafanya kazi kwa bank fulani. We Terry akiniorganize a loan. Why did you go to a bank?
I would say maybe the relationship, the bank relationship that we have with my bank.
Okay.
It was easier for me to sit down and work out something with them.
And they checked your statement wakaona kakadem kanatengenezanga pesa. Did you when you went to the bank to acquire this facility, did you have any fears as to how you're going to repay it?
I did. I'm the kind of person who was so scared about taking a loan. But when I knew that for me to get to the next level in my business, I needed to just get over my fears and go ahead and try and get a loan facility. That's when I decided to approach my bank. We talked about it. I was able to come up with all the requirements, and soon enough they were able to give me the funds. Now,
in regards to the same, at what point, because you've said you wanted to expand your business, you wanted to grow into a different level in your business. For how long did it take for you to realize this growth? Was it a few months after you started out? Did you hit the ground running after 2 months? Umeshanunua viti sasa ukafikiria, let me get now more chairs because sasa kabiz kanafanya vizuri. Like, can you give us a duration, how long it took before you decided, you know what, I'll get a loan now?
After 2 years, that's when I decided to take a loan. Reason being, I wanted to take my time. I needed to do my own research on the market. I needed to know what's moving fast, what do the client, what are the client needs. That's why I took my time, and then once I was able to get to know what exactly is needed, that's when it said, let me do a loan. And
okay. Was it difficult to get the requirements? Because I know people who say, hey, banks zinakuanga ngumu. Was it difficult to get that loan?
I would say there are a lot of limitations, especially for someone who is not able to meet, like, for example, if you don't have the collaterals that the banks needs, I think that's a limitation for especially the young people. Yeah. Because you see, the bank will ask you for a collateral. They will ask you for a title deed, maybe at 20 something. You don't have a title deed? No, I'm talking about the limitations that one might meet when trying to get such a facility.
Aye, keep sending those tweets. I understand we have a couple, which we shall be sampling in a few minutes. Again, the number is on your screen. I'm sure you're listening to Terry thinking, okay, I have been through this. I've tried acquiring this loan. How do I get over that and still get to acquire my funds? And on that note, Mr. Kipto, I will ask you, when I come to your circle, and I want to acquire a facility, I want to acquire this loan. Yes. Do you have the same stringent rules as a bank in terms of the requirements?
For a SACCO, it's slightly different. As I said before, the resources that a SACCO uses are actually people's money. It's members who have saved the money.
Right.
Yes. And then they now come for the loan. Now, the difference between a SACCO and a bank is because most of the time, the loan is supported by the deposits that a member has and other members. Yeah, because where you want to take a loan that is bigger than your savings, then you will look for your friends to act as your guarantors.
All right. Yeah. Oh, so it's not all the time that you will need guarantors?
It's not all the time. If your savings are sufficient to cover you, then well and good, you're able to finance you wholly.
All right.
Yeah.
So if I'm able to borrow within the amount of money that I've been saving, you call them the shares, right?
Yes, shares.
So if I'm able to borrow within my shares, then niko tu sawa. I don't need to be guaranteed. Okay. But there is some time when I now want to get more than my shares, and I understand you give up to 3 times.
Yes, actually 4 times. Most of the circles right now play around 4 times.
All right. So assuming I've saved 100,000 worth of shares, and I want to borrow 400,000 worth of share or worth of money.
Yes.
So I come in, and what do I need to prove to the circle that I can actually borrow 400 and still be able to pay?
First of all,
apart from the guarantors, of course.
Apart from the guarantors, once the guarantorship is fulfilled, then we also look at your income. If you're an unemployed person, your loan must always be supported by some pay slips. We always ask for 3 months latest pay slips, or in case someone is a self-employed doing business, then you must provide a bank account, actually corresponding again 3 months.
Right.
Yeah. To prove that there is income, a regular income that is, to support you to be able to repay the loan.
Okay. Yeah. So it has at least 3 months and it has to be regular. What if I'm on contract and my contract is ending in, say, 3 months from the time I want to borrow the loan? Hapo mtaniambia hapana.
Most likely you will take a loan that will, run around the same duration where your contract will end. Unless you are able to support again and show that besides the contract that I am in, I do something else. Yes, exactly.
Like Terry, I run weddings.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So we now take a short break, and then after that, I shall be inviting one gentleman who goes by the name of Waithaka Gaitumia, who is the CEO of Centenomy. We've had him before on the show, and he's here basically to talk about that particular financial literacy. Before, just like Terry, you go to the bank and borrow this loan. What are the few things you need to know about your own financial situation for you to acquire that loan? And of course, like I said, your tweets and your calls. Again, the number is on the screen. Usiogope kuuliza hata kama uko karibu na demu yako na unataka kusema unataka kununua gari. Sema tu sahi tujue. We take a short break. We'll be right back.